everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm super excited to introduce you to Syntego Finance, an AI-powered finance manager app where you can add expense, manage your income, and also chat with an AI assistant for financial advice. Yes. So first things first, let's see how the app works. So this is how the app works. Drop your thoughts in the comment section below. And now I'll walk you through the code of how the app actually works. So let's start. So talking about the first thing, we will have the home.py. So this is the main interface of the Streamlit. Okay. So here we have imported all the necessary things like Streamlit, SQLite 3 for the database and the necessary functions. Okay. While the title we have given Syntego and all these things, authorization manager is called here to have the user authentication. After that, session state is used. So if the user is logged in, then only he'll see the pages. Otherwise, he'll not see it. So we have used tab 1 and tab 2 for the login and register. So in the login, the email and password is taken from the user. And if the login button is clicked by the user, it will authorize it from the authorization manager and it will say the login successful redirected. In the tab 2, it is a register tab, which is a new email and a new password is taken from the user. And if the user registers successfully, and then he'll have to again log in and then he'll use the app. So let's head to the database. Okay, so database name that is given is expenses.db. Here you can see where the expenses.db has two tables, that is expenses and income. Then we have initialized the managers, which is expense manager, income manager, and account. We will see this into the expense tracker.py. And here we have made the database connection. And that's it. It will show the welcome message of welcome to Syntego. So let's start authorization.py, which is where here we have imported the hash library. And in this class, we have made a class which is authorization manager, where it has a database which is users.db and a table is created here. If it does not exist, a table is created which is the users, which is having the ID, email, and password as the columns. And we have defined the function hash password where the password is encoded, hashed, and it is stored into the database. So that's it for the authorization manager. First, talk about the expense tracker, okay, which is the main thing behind the logic. So let's start. So first, you can see we have imported the SQLite 3, which is the database Pandas for the data frames and the Streamlit. Okay, so here a class is made which is expense manager. Okay, and it has the key functions of add expense, view expense, and delete expense. Okay, so this class expense manager first it initializes the databases, okay, which is the expense.db. After that, a table is created which is of expenses where it will have add expense, view expense, and delete expense. So in this add expense, it is like inserting the expenses inserting into that expenses the name, date, amount, category, and description. So when the user enters the expense and clicks on that submit button, like add expense, then this add expense function is called here. Okay. Same goes for view expense. A query is there, which is select star from expenses, where the user will see the view expenses. Okay. And when the user here clicks on this view expense, okay, he or she will able to see this table, okay, the data frame, okay. So the view expenses function is called here. That's why it shows that, okay, view expense. Same goes for delete also. When the user enters the ID, it will delete. I'll show you that delete expense is called there, okay. So here you can see in the delete expense expander, you have to give the ID. For example, there is 2 ID present here. So you can give 2 and click on delete. So it will delete it and update that, okay. So now there is no any data. So that's why it shows no expense to show. Okay. Same logic goes for the income manager. Okay. And class account, where it uses both the managers, expense manager and the income manager, to calculate the balance part. Okay. To calculate the balance part, here you can see here the current balance of yours. Okay. So this is the current balance. So it gets updated. Okay. When add new expense or add income is there or some deletion happens, this current balance, it updates it. So here the account section helps for that. Okay. Um, and this transaction list, it is given for the AI processing. So for this AI processing thing, it has the formatted version of the expense list and the income list. So it is converted into the dictionary, okay, for the right processing of the AI. And the transaction dictionary is made where the formatted income and formatted expenses are created, and it will return the transactions. So let's talk about the pages now. So talking about the pages, which is a transaction page, let's first discuss about the key functions into this. So if the user is logged in, then only he'll see the page, like adding the income, expense, and everything. If it is not logged in, he will see, it will give a warning to please log in to continue. After that, user email, GB, name, and account, everything is initialized here. So title is given, everything. Yeah. So add expense is the key function here, where when the user clicks on this add new expense, expander is seen there. I'll show you that. So here you can log in with your credentials. So authorization manager is called when login is there. Okay. So login is successful. That's why it says head to the sidebar to use the features, and it is given the message also. After that, in the transaction log, here you can see the expander is there, which is where you can add, the user can add its expense, the details of them. Okay. And after that, also same logic goes for the income also. So then is view expense. So in this view expense here, you can see the, if the user is login, it will see the page. Account DB username already initialized here. Then here you can see, you can view this expense. Like if the database is empty, okay, if it's not containing anything, then it will show no expense to show. And otherwise it will give the expense DF, which is the data frame. After that, the user can delete the expense by giving the ID, entering the ID there. And this is the code for that. In the income section, it will see same thing, that is view income. And if the user wants to delete anything, it will have to, he or she will have to insert the ID of that thing, and the deletion will be happened. Talking about the report. So report is where you will see the visual formats of your expenses and income, everything. So you have to import everything here. And also the Cohere, I'll explain you that also. This Cohere is an Cohere AI API. Actually, the SynBot is the coolest feature in this app, where it is powered by Cohere AI API. And because to get the financial advice from the AI assistant. So everything is initialized, and yeah. So this actually fetches the data from the data frame, okay, the expense and the income. After that, if no expense is there, it will return the warning. And we have given column 1 for the expense pie chart and column 2 for the income pie chart. Here you can see everything for is given using the plotly chart, and same goes for income breakdown also. After that, you can see here we have used an area chart where you can get the monthly expense variance, the income trend. And that's the code for this. After that, bar chart, it was monthly spending by category. So category wise, you will have the knowing of where you have spent your money, and it will give you a bar chart for that. Then we have a stacked bar chart, like the income and the expense thing. Then this is the CSS part for the interactive thing for the SynBot. So this is a SynBot is in the sidebar of the thing. So when you click on this report, then only you will see this SynBot AI assistant. This is the code for that. We have given the expander there. Okay, everything is called here. If the user clicks on the send button, the user query is here initialized where the transaction text is there. Talking about the synbot.py, you will understand that. So synbot.py, here we have loaded the .env file. Then Cohere API client is there. Okay, so this is where you have to insert your Cohere AI API key. We have the function which is get budget insights, where user query and the transaction text is the parameters. And here we have given the prompt to the AI assistant. So how he should, it should give the financial advice wisely. So here we have tested many prompts, like how the AI assistant gives a response. So for example, when you give the response like, I'll show you that. So when you click on report, how it's working. So here you can see the expander, and here you can enter the question like, for example, how can I save money on transport? So it will give a precise answer, a right answer for that, not very too long and anything like that. So to save money on transportation, consider evaluating in the currents. So this thing is, correct. But if the user gives something like, when you were born, so it will not give the answer for this. So its AI assistant is only for the financial advice thing, not like a ChatGPT thing. See, here it says, I'm sorry, but I cannot provide information about my own creation as a bot, as I am an AI assistant. So it does not give like that. Okay. So this is where the prompt is given for that, so that it responds smartly. Then we have used the model which is command x large nightly from this Cohere AI API, and that's how it returns the response. Okay. If you found this interesting, please like, comment below, and subscribe and share. Thank you very much for watching.